In today's Money Watch, we've got some last-minute tax tips in case you haven't filed yet. A lot of you haven't. The deadline to submit your 2022 taxes is coming up, or you got to ask for an extension. Just 5 days away. That's Tuesday, April 18th. That is the drop-dead day. Now, as of March 31st, the IRS says that nearly 63 million folks have filed and they've gotten refunds. The average refund, about $2,900. That is some serious money. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger joins us now with more on how you can get some of that serious money. Okay, Jill, so for people who haven't filed their taxes yet, don't panic, right? What do they do?
Don't get in your head about this. We really drive ourselves crazy. But if you're like most of Americans...
We drive ourselves crazy because we're scared, you know?
Yeah, well, think about this. About 90% of us are filing with a standard deduction. It should literally take you an hour to do this. You've got to use electronic filing. More than anything else, this will really help guide you. And when you electronically file, you don't have the same propensity to make an error. The IRS says when you have a paper return, the error rate goes way up because you actually have to check, what did I write down on my Social Security number? What did I match this up the correct way? The big mistakes are preventable, and often they are silly, but, you know, it's a pain in the neck to amend it, so it is better to do it the first time out the right way.
So I use I file electronically, and what's nice is if you use the same software, the information is populated from years past, so it makes it that much easier, but it's not free. It costs a little money. So for people who are looking for free resources and they want to file.
So there is something called IRS Free File. This is a great resource for people who make not a ton of money. You know, like you can get the software for free, but some of them will put you in touch with software providers, walk you right through it. And what's interesting about this, if you could make up to $73,000 and get Free File, that's amazing. There's another resource I don't think a lot of people know about. It's the Volunteer Tax Assistance Program, or VITA. This is great. It is aimed at low to medium earners, and it can help people. You get actually a person who will walk you through, and there's tax counseling for the elderly. These are folks who are great. They'll hold your hands if you're over the age of 60. They'll hold your hands through a lot of the issues that people have a hard time with, like, well, how do I count Social Security? Is it income? Is it not? These are resources that are available.
And those are free.
All free.
So what you're saying is all well and good, and people say, but I still need to file an extension.
I'm busy.
Easy to do. Form 4868. The thing about an extension is you will get an extra 6 months. Great, no problem.
Extra 6 months?
You get an extra 6 months.
Without penalty?
Without a penalty. However, you have to pay what you think you owe.
Ahead of time.
And so that means that right now, if you made a lot more money last year than you did the prior year, you might have to send the IRS some money. And the thing that people forget about is that maybe you sold a house, maybe you actually sold a stock last year. So this can contribute to extra tax liability. Pay what you think you owe. But file an extension is easy. It's really important. Extension is an extension to file, but not to pay.
I think probably the number one reason why people do not file is because they think they owe and they don't have it in their bank account right now. They're not going to be able to pay it. So what do you do then?
You know what? You are not the first person to be in that situation, so please don't worry. The IRS has a lot of payment programs, and they do talk to you. They're not mean people. These are wonderful civil servants. They will put you on an installment plan. Now, you can get a short-term plan. This will give you an extra 4 months to pay. You can also be on a long-term installment plan where you can pay a certain amount every month, and they'll work with you. There's one last part that I think people fall in a trap.
Where you're screwing up your face. This doesn't look like...
I know. Well, people use their credit cards to pay their tax bills, and I don't love that. And I'd rather you be on a short-term installment plan or a longer-term plan. Credit card companies charge fees for this, and we'd rather you not go into credit card debt.
And there are penalties and interest from the IRS, but they're lower than what a credit card would charge.
Absolutely.
Joe, what's going on with these forms? Form 4868, 1099. Where are they coming up with these numbers?
It's just part of the IRS
It just
code,
sounds complicated.
It's awfully fun. Well, this is one of the things that I think gets in people's heads. It becomes complicated. Just know, gang, you can do this. You're an adult. This is actually in the programs that you are using. So go get them. Go get your moolah. $2,900.
Tony, you're an adult.
You're an adult.
Tony, you're an adult.
You are an adult.
You can do it.
Jill Schlesinger, thank you very much.